Could your emotions be ruling your life? So many of us have so many wonderful dreams and aspirations, and we have a really deep soul's calling of things that we want to do with our life, but we stop ourselves from expressing ourselves. And one of the strongest emotions that we feel is fear. Fear of getting it wrong, not being good enough, not getting it right, fear of the judgment and criticism of others, and fear of failure, and fear of, some of us even have a fear of being successful. Some of us have fears of letting people in to our lives and really connecting with people. And some of us, as a result, do things like push people away, or we disconnect from our audience. Fear can be at the core of all these types of things. And it's not something that's necessarily that easy to overcome, but you can overcome your fear. And of course, one of the strongest ways to overcome fear is to be afraid, but do it anyway. I can't tell you how many times I was faced with a challenge. I remember when I traveled overseas and I had to sing on live television for the first time in front of billions of people. And I wasn't even able to have a rehearsal, so it was even scarier. And yet I just took a deep breath and I trusted that I was there for a reason and that I could do it. And I stepped onto that stage and I embraced the fear and I did it anyway. And I'm so glad I did, because I can look back and say, wow, I did something amazing like that. So stepping into the fear, although is really scary, what often happens is that when you come out on the other side, you realize it wasn't actually that scary anyway. But having said that, sometimes we do step into that fear and the outcome isn't what we hoped it would be. But of course, that's life, and we learn and we grow and we evolve from those experiences so that we can then do better or learn so that we can show up differently next time. And so notice, are you allowing fear to stop you from really showing up and communicating in a way that shows who you really are? Are you afraid of being judged? Are you scared that people will criticize you or make fun of you? Are you afraid that you won't do well enough, that you may not be perfect? Are you afraid that you're just not good enough at all? You don't have enough talent or skill? We all have these fears within us. But in those moments when they come up, I just ask you to challenge yourself and to do it anyway, and to ask yourself, you know what? Does it really matter what people think? Because when you actually put your voice out there and you communicate what you want, that's the most important thing in the world. When you are passionate about something, like you have a great artistic talent, or you have a great product or business that you're trying to promote, the most important thing is not focusing on who's listening and who's, maybe potentially criticizing you or not liking what you're presenting to them. But the most important thing could be just the fact that you are putting yourself out there and expressing it and getting your passion and your heart out there so that people can really connect with you. And I guarantee you will find your audience that loves you for just who you are. And of course, that can filter into any part of your life, your personal and professional life. So just notice when fear creeps in and ask yourself in that moment, should I just do it anyway?